Quickly before we get into it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow your boy on Twitch. Yes, sir. We're back at it again. I wanted to make another one because I really like how Hollywood doesn't seem to understand that they suck and no one likes them. So let's watch some of these people. You know what I mean? Let's watch some of these people melt down.
Well, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women.
Fuck this guy. Like, this guy in particular. Jesus Christ, I hate this guy.
For children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go.
So you little Trumpettes, like, y'all won. I know you're happy, whatever the nobody acting like bitter losers. However, y'all need to leave me the alone.
Also, I kind of forgot you existed, so I don't know why you did this. I was living my life so much better knowing that you just weren't around.
We got our asses kicked.
You did. You should feel bad.
Makes you stronger.
All day yesterday, I was walking around proudly wearing my I voted sticker. Today,
Dumbass.
I am questioning my fundamental belief in the goodness of humanity sticker.
On Tuesday,
Get it, cause, fucking idiot.
Americans went to the polls and elected Donald Trump to be the next president of the United States.
Yep, sucks
The
for you.
results were shocking and even horrifying.
They aren't though. You guys are just bad at everything you do. I'm sorry. I just fucking. God, these people are so fucking annoying. God, I hate them.
It was a terrible night for everyone who voted against him, and guess what? It was a bad night for everyone who voted for him too. You just don't realize it yet.
Well, guys,
See that part in particular is insane to me. My guy, you really think everyone that voted for him is just that fucking stupid? Really? Like, you do understand you have people that watch your show, right? Like, that is insane to me. To suggest that these people are so dumb they don't know what they're voting for. Like, there's also, interestingly enough, another reason why he won. People are getting sick and tired of being told that they're stupid for believing in what they believe in. And you want to know what they did? They showed out in force and told you to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh well, what are you going to do other than cry and mold about it for the next 4 years? I was sick and tired. I'm telling you this right now. I was sick and tired in 2016 of how everyone was shitting on this dude. Like, at first it was like, wow, he must be a really bad guy. And then it turns out, like, the next week they were still doing it. And the next week they were still doing it. And the next week they were still doing it. It's like, wow, dude, Jesus Christ, I get it. You really don't like this dude.
last night, America decided to get back with the crazy ex and elect Donald Trump as the 47th president of the United States.
Yep,
No
suck a
matter
dick.
what's happening in the political climate, I will always be there for my community, and
I don't even know who the fuck this is.
we'll always try to help organize and uplift one another because it is scary out there.
In this democracy, the majority has spoken, and they said they don't care that much about democracy.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Yep.
Nerdrotic.com.
Greetings, you over 1 million awakening wonders and the 40% who haven't subscribed yet. I hope you've had a good week because I have. But you know who hasn't, and you just hate to see it? The millionaires and billionaires of Tinseltown. Considering they alienated half the country and broke their entire business model, leading to the death of broadcast television, which led to the death of late night and their ilk in the legacy media, the death of the access media, it makes it very hard for them to pretend or go to parties, especially when their favorite host is locked up. And that's before the events of the last week, and it turns out that streaming wasn't the only bubble to burst, because the Hollywood bubble burst, one that was primarily fueled by a constant supply of their own farts. And now they find themselves in an existential crisis, which has been unintentionally the most entertaining thing they've produced in years.
Tommy, you want to give us the word of the day?
I would indeed. The word of the day is
Schadenfreude, pleasure derived by someone from another person's or entire industry's misfortune. Now,
fair
some
enough.
of you out there might say that sounds a little mean, and you'd be right. I completely understand that not everyone in Hollywood likes the direction their industry is going, and it's also not fair to just single out Hollywood. I'm talking about the entire corporate legacy media complex. From the film industry to publishing to the comic book industry to the music industry to that legacy broadcast media that shovels crap down our throats in every airport and gym. And no, I sure as hell don't watch that stuff at home. So you can't blame the average American or world citizen for walking around with a song in their heart and a smile on their face, enjoying the hell out of the glorious meltdowns coming particularly from Tinseltown. But every defeat is an opportunity, and hey.
Oh, I wonder if he's gonna go over it. He probably will, but like you remember the Avengers, right? And how they got together and did all that extra bullshit. I thought that was weird as hell. Also dumb as hell. I feel like they've forgotten that you are a monkey. Okay? It's like they pay you the big bucks to dress up and play make-believe for a couple hours a day. Okay? For our entertainment. We don't care about you. Shut up.
Let's use Hollywood's language here. This can be a teachable moment. Because Hollywood, this is why you lose.
Let's talk about being queer in America post-election. How are you feeling?
Ooh. I can attest to this one as someone who fucks dudes and women at the same time. No one cares. Like, nothing happened. Not a goddamn thing happened. But also, I find it interesting because I know a lot of people who are LGBT that don't care either. They don't care. Nothing changes. Like, it's the weirdest thing that everyone seems to really care about this. Like something terrible is going to happen. It didn't the first time. I don't know what would make you think it was going to do it the second time. And also, if it makes you feel any better, you won't have to deal with them after these next 4 years anyway. So again, go to the polls. You probably won't because you never really do, and we'll go from there. So, but I'm assuming she has something deranged and stupid to say anyway.
Feeling not great, but
Sucks
also
for you.
hopeful knowing that I have our community. I feel more invigorated
By the way, who the fuck is this?
than ever to be surrounded and uplift my community. No matter what's happening in the political climate, I will always be there for my community and will always try to help organize and uplift one another because it is scary out there. And we need hope, and hope is the most important thing. And we will survive. We will get through this, even though it's very scary.
You know, that's actually not terrible. That's not a terrible thing to say. I thought she was gonna go, the route of, oh my god, everyone's going to die, and blah blah blah. The gay people will lose all of their rights, and blah 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 blah. There's some stupid bullshit like that. That's not terrible. That's not bad.
Community.
Adult pretenders. This is why you lose.
Come on. Go vote blue. And if you disagree with this
No.
sentiment, just hit the unfollow button. I don't need your business.
If you don't like it, don't watch it. Peace.
Corporate legacy.
It's weird because they keep saying that with movies. They're like, if you don't like it, don't watch, and we don't, and then they complain. And they do that with games. If you don't like the game, don't buy it. We don't, and then they complain. And then they do this shit. If you don't like this person, well, then don't vote, or vote for the other guy, or something like that. And then we do, and then they complain. Like one would think after you shot all of your toes off, because you can only shoot yourself in the foot so much before you just don't have a foot anymore. You think you'd stop doing that? You think you'd stop saying that? Because people do. People do. And for some reason, you just keep thinking, nothing's going to happen. And is it like 50% of America voted for the guy? Whatever. Yeah, nothing. They don't need our business. That fucking retards.
Legacy broadcast media. This is why you lose.
I worry about my children's future.
Oh, this bitch.
Especially my daughter, who now has less rights than I have. I worked hard.
What right? What right? Wait for it. What right? Well, put it in the comments. I want to know. What right? That's what the fuck I thought. Shut up.
Hard as hell to elect the first Black Asian woman president.
We are the only 248-year-old multiracial pluralistic democracy in the world. And shall we keep it?
Yes.
A lot of our fellow Americans say we shouldn't. Now we know. Now we know for sure.
Late night television. This is why you lost.
On Tuesday, Americans went to the polls and elected Donald Trump to be the next president of the United States.
Cry about it.
The results were shocking and even horrifying.
Mauled.
Donald Trump, who tried to forcibly overturn the results of the last election, was returned to office by an overwhelming majority.
Hey, you want to know what's crazy? You want to know what's really crazy about that? You people are like, oh my god, he's so anti-democratic. He's such a terrible person. He wants to be a fascist dictator. And a majority of Americans voted for him. Like, how bad do you have to be? Like, I don't know who's like running you guys. I don't know who's like in charge of you guys. But like you have to sit back and think to yourself, someone, let's just say for the sake of argument, he did everything, right? He did everything, right? He forcibly overturned the election, or tried to, or whatever, right? You know, he somehow made all of January 6th happen, right? It was him. It was all him, right? Something that hasn't happened in probably ever. So that's something that's never happened. Probably the most undemocratic thing to ever happened, and you still lost. You ever think to yourself that you might be the problem? I mean, I don't know about you, but I woke up what did it the 5th, whenever the election fucking thing happened, and I clearly I don't care. I woke up, scratched my balls with my gun, and was like, yep, today's gonna be a good day. I opened Twitter, of all things, saw most of the meltdowns and like the 4 hours that I had before I went to work, because I woke up hella early. I thought to myself, yeah, it's gonna be a good day. And let me tell you something, my brothers, my sisters, my they, thems, or whatevers. It was in fact a good day.
This is the same Donald Trump who openly called for vengeance against his political enemies.
Now, thanks to the Supreme Court, there are no guardrails.
Nothing to protect the people who are brave enough to speak out against him.
Oh, shut up, woman.
And to the access media, this is why you lose. Stop blaming celebrity endorsements for Kamala Harris's loss. We need to hear from artists now more than ever. Now, I know
No, we
there
don't.
are thousands of examples of the access media losing, but for the sake of your time, your sanity, and mine, let's just go with the latest. And let's keep in mind this comes from Variety, the very same outlet that recently took a shot at Star Wars fans during The Acolyte, and just a month ago took a shot at all of fandom. But you got to give it up to Chris Willem and Variety. At least they're consistent. This time, they're going after the majority of Americans. How dare you question millionaire celebrities? Did you know that Bruce Springsteen, who sucks, and Beyonce, who also sucks, lost the election for Kamala
Hey, Beyonce sucking? Yeah, probably.
Harris, or at least bear a large part of the responsibility for her party's failure at the polls this year? It's true, you know, at least if you listen to some of the punditry coming from conservatives and even from some Democratic operatives eager to find some celebs to push into the middle for their current circular firing squad. At this point, I think it'd be prudent to point out that it was George Clooney who, according to Quentin Tarantino, is not a movie star, and I would agree, was the one who penned a letter that got the big guy to step down. And now he's catching some heat, and you just hate to see it. But it is clear that the celebrity still has some influence over the ruling political class, just not their bosses, the American people. But Chris Willem and Variety think different. This isn't much of an exaggeration of some of the post-election sniping out there. A-list celebrity endorsements boomerang on Harris Democrats, read the headline.
Before we go any further, does anyone actually give a fuck if any celebrity says anything? It's like, I don't know anyone who does. Like, I don't think I've ever heard anyone be like, oh my god, I can't believe fucking Bryan Cranston said this about X. I'm gonna go do and or not do what he just said. No one cares, right? Alright. That's what I thought.
Of a reported news story in The Hill on Saturday. Overseas, The Guardian ran a Wednesday morning quarterback piece titled, "Did Celebrity Endorsements Actually Harm Kamala Harris?" The answer is yes, but let's hear what Chris has to say. Some right-leaning publications actually declared that the whole idea of artists and entertainers speaking up had suddenly just been killed in its tracks, because it has. Kamala Harris and the death of the celebrity endorsement, read the headline in The Spectator in the UK, echoed by an equally breathless piece in the New York Post titled, "How Kamala Harris Killed the Celebrity Endorsement. Parading A-listers over policies was always a recipe for disaster. Where's the lie? Musicians and actors..."
Also, that and, y'all remember for that little bit where she was, like, on TikTok or some shit? She was doing that stupid shit on TikTok and, like, getting views on that shit, and everyone was like, oh my god, she's so popular. But it's like, you gotta remember it's TikTok, and like, that's not reality. Y'all remember that? I wonder why they're not saying anything about that. So I feel like that didn't help either.
and their ilk had a marvelous time ruining everything in this election cycle, to quote one of the most famous of these endorsers more succinctly, to the tune of blame Canada, blame Hollywood. That's a good idea. Someone should get on it. And here comes the cope and resentment, and that resentment is largely towards you and I, the paying customers, something these outlets thoroughly loathe but still want you to subscribe to their crap websites and click on their ads. There's a good reason to believe the argument that people in the arts and entertainment terms we will use very loosely speaking up does not move the needle a tremendous amount, because it doesn't. But concurrent with that argument is the reasonable belief that they can move it at least a tiny amount in registrations and motivation, if not 180-degree turns. Dude, I say this for your own safety. Remove your nose from your sphincter. All right, let's hear the rest of his argument. Maybe he's got a point. Maybe he doesn't. The idea that entertainers and artists, again a term we will use very loosely, involvement somehow leads to actual voter dissuasion is a fantasy. Bullshit that is happily perpetrated by the go woke, go broke crowd and picked up by columnists who think that picking on limousine liberals never goes out of style. It really doesn't, and no, it doesn't. It's tons of fun. It's just disappointing to see this picked up by objective journalists, by some Democrats themselves who imagine they have practical reasons to tell the entertainment world to shut up and sing or...
I mean, that was what they should do. They should literally shut up and sing. But also something else that I don't know if they've figured out. If you tell people what to do, especially if you tell it to them in a very condescending and relatively derogatory way, they're going to do the exact opposite. And you have been doing that for the last, 4 years? So, when Trump was in office, so 8 years? Like, that's just what you've been doing, and for some reason you seem to be surprised. God damn. Like, I wonder when they're ever going to just sit down and think to themselves, maybe I suck dick.
Or shut up and act, or just shut up. I said it before, I'll say it again. The last few years have been very hard on Hollywood, and the last thing they needed was to come out the other end on an election year, but here we are. But I do have to agree with this article on one thing.
They did that.
Hold back for quite a while, but they more than made up for it in the last couple of weeks. Now, according to the article's author, music journalist Chris Willman, the celebrity endorsement doesn't necessarily move the needle, except when it does, but it definitely doesn't dissuade any voters.
Sure, Dan.
Yeah,
and this argument probably works on Chris Willman and his ilk in Hollywood. Unfortunately, there's this pesky little thing called reality. Considering the amount of celebrity endorsements there were,
hold on. Just a split second.
There were.
This nigga ain't even from here. This nigga ain't even from here. Why the fuck would he? Whatever, dude. No, don't know. No. Just don't care. Didn't she get canceled? Like, what does she matter anymore? I feel like I've heard that name, but I don't know who that is. Shit. Spike Lee, really? Oh, damn. That's unfortunate. I liked her. Yeah, I was about to say, most of these people I don't even know, dude.
And considering how badly the industrial legacy corporate media complex got its ass kicked, you think it might be prudent for an industry that relies on the American people.
You know something? You want to know who I kind of want to hear from right now? Just cuz. Gina Carano. What happened there? And like all the actual, and James Woods, because I know they're on, I know they're not Democrats, so I just kind of wonder what would happen. What would they say? Just because, the people that, don't like them, lost. So I wonder if they're just like sitting in their mansion sipping whatever it is they're sipping, being like, yeah, look, I told you.
To just walk off quietly and take the L on this one, but thankfully you're not, because the access media can't die fast enough. Whether it has
Yeah.
any effect or not, again, it did, just not the one you like. Everyone has to answer the question for themselves. If not their children, what did you do in the war, Daddy? Imagine feeling as Bruce Springsteen, who sucks, did, that Donald Trump is the most dangerous candidate for president in my lifetime, even though he was already president for 4 years. And then stifling that because of what the New York Post or the twits on Elon Musk's platform might write. And it's statements like that that perpetuate fear and division are precisely the reasons you lost and you will continue losing in the corporate media. And all you are now is the dinosaurs mocking the meteor. And that meteor is us. That's why Elon can feel free to be a twit on his own platform and state, we are the media now. The era
Right?
of the woke mind virus, identity politics, and the message is over, whether you like it or not. You had a good run.
I wouldn't say it's over just yet, because I feel like despite them not doing anything important ever, I wouldn't be surprised if they this election got them reinvigorated to do more stupid shit for the next 4 years. Would not be surprised. Like, we need it now more than ever. And it's going to be trash, and you're going to lose a lot of money yet again, so. But I mean, I guess Disney is just allergic to money, which is a crazy thing to say when you think about it.
But now life is going to go on without you much sooner than you think.
Yeah. Okay, so first off, I didn't know that this was still a thing. I thought this was done like forever and a while ago. Also, anyone watch cable TV? I don't know a single person who does. CNN will top stars and layoffs. That'll see hundreds fired as ratings continue to tank. What a surprise, surprise.
In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should.
Nerdrotic.com.
I was about to say, shout out to Nerdrotic. Go subscribe to everyone knows. But also, follow me on Twitch, all that good stuff. Subscribe, like, all that good shit. I'll see y'all in the next one.